So now let's talk about adding some custom fields to the new editor we created. We'll open up the Hello World script again. Inside of our Hello World editor, within the onInspector GUI method, let's add at the top of our method a call to create a label field. We're going to do this by calling a static method on the editor GUI layout class. Here, you'll be able to call all different types of methods that create different UI inside of the editor. For now, let's focus on a basic label field. The label field has two arguments, the first being the label itself to display, and the second are any GUI layout options or styling that you'd want to add. There are also other overload methods. So let's take a quick look at writing out Hello World, and the second argument we'll pass in will be another string called description text. Now let's save this label field and go back into Unity and take a look at what happens. As you can see at the top of our Hello World editor, on the left we have the label Hello World, and on the right we have our description text. A lot of these input fields work this way. The first parameter will become a label that is displayed on the left, and the second attribute will usually be the value that is displayed on the right. In this case, we're displaying two separate strings. We can also change the order of where this field shows up in the editor by playing around with its position inside of the method. Let's go back into the onInspector GUI, cut our new label field, and paste it directly below the Draw Default Inspector. Now, if we go back into Unity, you'll see that Hello World and description text is now showing up at the bottom of our editor. The last thing we want to do is try to display some of the content from the Hello World class itself. At the top of the onInspector GUI method, let's create a new variable called script. We're going to set this equal to target, and we're going to cast it as Hello World. The editor exposes a target as an object, which is a reference to the class that the editor is working on. We know that this editor is associated with Hello World, so we can take the target and cast it as Hello World. Now we have a direct reference to the Hello World instance attached to our game object. Let's change Hello World in our label field to custom message. And now where we have our description text, let's delete this, type in script, and access the public field message. We'll save this, go back into Unity, and once it recompiles, you'll see that our custom message says Hello World. If we were to delete the value on message and type it out, you'll see that both the message, which is exposed on the editor automatically, as well as the custom message are in sync. This is one way that we can read values off of the script and expose them as custom fields as we continue to build out our new editor.